Good morning, all of you. Today I am going to discuss about the quick revision of simple harmonic motion. Actually, we are already discussed what are the basics regarding to the simple harmonic motion. The basics are the basic equations are in the simple harmonic motion is about the displacement. About displacement. What is displacement equation? X equals to a sine omega t plus some alpha or some theta. This is the displacement equation. The same way we calculate what is velocity. What is velocity equation? Velocity v is equals to, from this equation, the differentiation of this equation gives us velocity. The velocity is dx by dt. The dx by dt equals to here a omega cos omega t plus phi. In the same way, from this equation, we already derived what is the basic equation for x velocity. That is v is equals to, what is the equation? In terms of omega, a square minus x square. Here, this is v is equals to omega root a square minus x square, right? Omega root a square minus x square. This is also velocity equation. And already we discussed what is acceleration. The acceleration equation is minus omega square x. This is the acceleration of simple harmonic oscillator. A is equals to minus omega square x. All these are the basic parameters. Based upon these parameters, in today's class, we have to discuss what are the energies and what are the different systems in simple harmonic motion. Let us start with energies. Actually, you have two types of energies, basically the mechanical energies. And one is potential energy, the other one is kinetic energy. Potential energy and kinetic energy. And how we are going to discuss the kinetic energy and potential energy. Suppose the system is in simple harmonic motion about mean position. This is also taken as equilibrium position. This is also taken as equilibrium position. From this position, here the system is in linear simple harmonic motion, where at extreme positions, this is extreme position, right extreme position, the amplitude is plus A, as this is left extreme position, that is minus A, right? In this case, at the equilibrium position, the kinetic energy is maximum. At extreme positions, the potential energy is maximum. Meanwhile, the system oscillating to and fro about this mean position. At this mean position, the Ke maximum nothing but indirectly represent the potential energy is minimum. The potential energy is minimum. In such a case, if you draw a graph between the potential energy and the distance, or the potential energy can operate like this, say like a parabola. In this is the minimum potential energy. The minimum potential energy represented by U minimum at some particular distance r. This is the minimum potential energy. Where you move to the extreme positions, these are the extreme positions, the potential energy value is maximum. The potential energy increases towards extreme position, and as well as the kinetic energy at this position is minimum. The minimum kinetic energy here is at extreme position, the kinetic energy minimum value is 0, right? The minimum value is 0. This is the basically the potential energy as well as nothing but the potential energy as well as the distance curve. Okay, the separation curve. This gives us a parabola. And based upon this one, we can find what is the total energy, what is kinetic energy, and what is the potential energy. If you move with total energy, how can you write total energy? The total energy is equal to, what is the equation for total energy? This is actually sum of potential energy plus kinetic energy. The total energy is always constant, that is half K A square omega square. Or this is simply you can write from equation of half kx square. The energy equals to half kx square, where k is equals to omega is equals to root k by m, right? Half k x square. Instead of k, what you write? How can you write? M omega square. Half the total energy is half k x square omega square. Basically, the equation is half k x square, where you can write instead of k, what you can write? This is the energy stored in the any simple harmonic oscillator. Okay, energy stored in the simple harmonic oscillator. From this equation, how can you write omega square is equals to k by m, or k is equals to m omega square, m omega square. If you write half kx square instead of half kx square, energy is maximum at amplitude at extreme position. Then you can write x is equals to a half k square, half k square, and instead of k, what? How can you write m omega square? Let's say here half m omega square a square. This is the total energy equation. This is the total energy equation. Okay, hope you got my point. All this is a derivation, but the key point is you should keep in mind what is the total energy of simple harmonic oscillator. The total energy is half m omega square a square. That is the total energy equation. The total energy equation E can be written as half m omega square a square. This is the total energy equation. And as well as what is the kinetic energy? The kinetic energy equation Ke equals to, what is the equation? Half m omega square. This is a square minus y square. Y is nothing but here if you observe at any point, means at extreme position, at mean position, the at extreme mean position, what is the energy here? Ke max. The total energy is stored in the form of kinetic energy. Why? Because here the potential energy term is zero or vanish. At the mean position, the total energy is in the form of kinetic energy only. Whereas if you consider that energy is half, the kinetic energy nothing but here, the kinetic energy is half m omega square s square only. Why? Because the total energy is formed in the form of kinetic energy. At extreme positions, only we have potential energy term. Here also we have only potential energy term. At these positions, at extreme positions, the total energy is in the form of potential energy. Potential energy. Here the what is the potential energy term here? Half m omega square a square. Here also half m omega square a square. The total energy will be a constant. Energy conservation holds good. Here also the total energy is same. But if you want to calculate energy at any point, suppose if the particle moves some y displacement from the mean position at this location or at point P, if you want to find the kinetic energy term is half m omega square a square minus y square. Means here this is the kinetic energy at y displacement. At y displacement. In the same way, in the potential energy equation, what is the potential energy equation at this case? Half m omega square. What is the displacement here? Y displacement takes place. That's why half m omega square y square. Everywhere, wherever you go, the total energy, the kinetic energy plus potential energy. If you add these two terms, half m omega square y square, half m omega square y square cancel out. The remaining term is half m omega square y square. This is the potential energy equation and kinetic energy and total energy. These are very important to calculate problems in the section. Okay, hope you write down these equations. The same thing we have discussed here. Expression for kinetic energy from velocity of equation also we can derive, but the outline thing is very important. For the examination point of view, you have to remember whatever we discussed at three energies. Okay, whatever discussed the three energy forms, those are sufficient to attempt any problem. Here, this is the kinetic energy term as well as the potential energy expression is given. What is the potential energy expression? This is the derivation of potential energy equation. No need to write again. At the mean position, the potential energy is 0. Why? Because the total energy stored in the form of kinetic energy only. That's why they calculate everywhere the total energy. The total energy remains same. That is half m omega square a square. Whatever you write equations, the potential energy is half m omega square y square. The kinetic energy is there is additional term minus y square. A square minus y square term is there. If you move with the total energy, add these two. If you add potential energy plus kinetic energy gives us half m omega square a square. That is the total energy. These three equations are required to solve any problem. These are the different forms. If you want to calculate average value at any point here we are calculate at extreme position. At extreme position at maximum displacement, average kinetic energy is the sum of Ke minima to maxima by 2. That is the average kinetic energy. Average kinetic energy term we have got like this: half m omega square a square. Actually by 2 nothing but by 4. Okay, 2 into 2 is 4. This is the equation for 2 by 2 into 2 is 4. This is the equation for average kinetic energy. Average kinetic energy. This can be written as what is instead of m omega square we can write k. The omega is a square by 4. This is 1 by 4 k square. If they are asked in examination point of examination, average kinetic energy is 1/4 k square. 1/4 k square. And also they get another important point, that is Ke will be half the maximum at which displacement? Y is equals to a by root 2. This is the half the maximum. At this distance, the kinetic energy is half of the maximum value. Half of the maximum value. And also another important thing you should keep in mind, that is if the frequency of vibration is n, frequency represented with n here, then the frequency of vibration of kinetic energy is 2 times of frequency. What is the meaning of that sentence? Suppose if you take a simple pendulum or simple harmonic oscillator, it's moved to and fro. If you observe that one, the frequency nothing but here. If you observe how many times the kinetic energy varies. Okay, here the kinetic energy is minimum k minimum, k maxima. Here k minima. Here also k minimum. One oscillation nothing but one frequency n represent the time taken to complete a number of oscillations per second. Number of oscillations per second. That is frequency. As it complete one complete oscillation, the kinetic energy complete 2 oscillations. We remember the kinetic energy complete 2 oscillations. Why? Because this is kinetic energy maxima. Maxima is move minimum, and again maximum. Means this is one oscillation as well as this is one oscillation. How many kinetic energy term? The kinetic energy value complete 2 oscillations in the time of it completes one oscillation. The kinetic energy. This is also very important. Mostly NEET point of view, they are asking about only basic points. Here the kinetic energy frequency is 2m. The oscillator frequency is n. The kinetic energy frequency is 2m. You should keep in mind. The next one is at mean position. We already discussed that. Mean position, the potential energy term vanish. Why? Because the total energy is in the form of kinetic energy only. That's why here also at extreme position they write instead of k, what we can write? M omega square, and again m into what is omega here? 2 pi f whole square. The same thing is written below. 2 pi instead of f, they represent with m. Okay, this is another form of potential energy. The U maxima is equals to half k square. Why? Because generally the potential energy term is half kx square. This is the basic equation. At extreme position, what is x value? X is equals to a amplitude. X is equals to G. That's why here half K square is written here. Half K square instead of K, instead of force constant K, we can write m omega square. M into instead of omega, we can write 2 pi n or 2 pi f. F is the frequency. That's why the same term written here. 2 pi square m and the square a square, that is the potential energy at extreme position. The potential energy at extreme position. Here also we calculate average value. Everywhere the average value comes 1/4 of the energy. So 1/4 of Ks, 1/4 of Ks. But you should keep in mind average kinetic energy as well as average potential energy. 1/4 of Ks. This can be also written as U maxima by 2. Why? Because U maxima is half K square by 2 nothing but half K, half into K square by 2, right? 1/4 of K square. 1/4 of K square. Here is also same thing happening. The potential energy varies twice as oscillator complete one oscillation, right? As oscillator complete one oscillation, the potential energy varies 2 times. Hope you got my point. The potential energy term varies to mean the potential energy frequency is also 2n. Whenever it's complete here, the potential energy is minimum, PE minimum, this is PE maximum. The same thing again. In one oscillation, remember, it's complete must be touches right extreme as well as left extreme. In such a case, the potential energy here complete one oscillation, here complete one oscillation. How many times the potential energy oscillates? 2 times in one complete oscillation, as well as the kinetic energy completes also 2 times. Depend upon this concept, they gave some MCQ, that is at mean position the kinetic energy is right here, right? Maximum. At mean position the kinetic energy is maximum. The next one is the frequency of vibration is n, then the frequency of potential energy is. So right, potential energy is 2n, and the next one is the total energy in a section. We already discussed what is the total energy. Half m omega square a square, that is the total energy. The energy is sum of kinetic energy plus potential energy. No need to write again. This term is half m omega square a square. Here also m omega square is written as k. That's why half k square. That is also another form of the total energy. Right? I think we already discussed all this concept in one shot. M omega can be written as 2 pi f. In sometimes in examination they give frequency value. Then how can you find the total energy? If they give the frequency value, you have to use this equation. You have to write omega equals to 2 pi f. Omega equals to 2 pi f. The remaining things are same. Or f can be also written as f is equals to the reciprocal of time period, right? The frequency is reciprocal of time period. That's why you can write f is equals to 1 by t. Then you got this equation. Energy, total energy is equals to 2 pi f. 2 pi square m, f square is 1 by t square into s. This is the equation for total energy in terms of time period. In terms of time period. Just to write f is equals to 1 by t. F is equals to the reciprocal of time period. The frequency is reciprocal of time period. Based upon this one, you can say that the directly proportional. The total energy is directly proportional to the total energy directly proportional to square of amplitude. The same thing mentioned in this slide. And all these are the proportional relations. The proportional relations. The first thing is directly proportional to square of the amplitude, and directly proportional to mass, and inversely proportional to time. Square of the time. Square of the time. Should keep in mind what are the powers of the number variables also. That's why sometimes they are asking E depends upon E related to T as like this. Don't remember as inversely proportional to T. You see, it is inversely proportional to square of the time period. So you should keep in mind that this equation. All these things are discussed. No need to discuss again. This is important. This is a displacement energy curve of simple harmonic oscillator. Displacement curve of simple harmonic oscillator. What is the curve? This is the total energy level. The top line represents total energy. Total energy is everywhere constant, that is half k square, half k square, half k square. That is the total energy line. This is kinetic energy line. This is the kinetic energy line is represented like this. Total line. What is this curve represent? This curve represents kinetic energy. Why? Because if you observe clearly, at extreme position, the kinetic energy is zero, right? The kinetic energy is zero. At mean position, the kinetic energy is maximum. The kinetic energy maximum means the curve represents this parabolic path represents the kinetic energy curve, as well as there is another curve, that is potential energy curve. That is potential energy curve. This blue line represents potential energy curve. This blue line represents potential energy curve. The potential energy is reference potential is taken as zero here, zero here. In some cases, they give some potential energy value. In such a case, you have to add the reference energy value, that is given as like this. This is not zero. Here, the potential energy is somewhat some height with some height. That means it having some minimum value. The potential energy need not be zero always. We remember. Here the potential energy at this position is, in some systems, in some conditions, the problem may ask, they give U minimum, some U minimum. This is not, this curve does not touch this horizontal line. That is nothing but there is some U value there. In such a case, you have to add U value for two different cases. The total energy, you have to add the potential energy, whatever we given, U minimum or U naught. And also, this is the potential total energy, as well as the potential energy term also we have. Some cases they give like this. The most of in need point of view, they may give directly U minimum value is 0. Okay. U minimum is taken as 0. This curve is very important. And also I represent another thing. The energy is half a value with the intersecting line. By a dotted line, this represents A by root 2, where the kinetic energy is of it, the amplitude A by root 2. Here also, this is A0, this is A by root 2. At this position, the kinetic energy is half, as well as the potential energy is half. At what position? At A by root 2 distance. At A by root 2 distance, those are half of its maximum value. Okay, hope you got my point. These are the key conclusions from our discussion. Those are, the first one is at mean position, the total energy is purely kinetic energy. The second point is at extreme position, the total energy is purely potential energy. The third one is the kinetic energy and potential energy are interconvertible. Means the one energy is converted into another form, right? And the fourth one is the natural graph Ke Pe against displacement is parallel. We obtain parabolic paths. One is from kinetic energy, another is from potential energy. Okay, this is the energy concept. And the another thing is how to find T in SHM. Most often they are asking in the NEET as well as JEE mains the calculation of time period. Basically, what is the simple harmonic motion? The acceleration of the particle must be in the form of some omega square y. If it is in this fashion, that is said to be a simple harmonic motion. In such a case, they give some equation in problems. Suppose some A is equals to some Cy, A is equals to Cv. If a simple harmonic motion, the problem is also like this. If a simple harmonic motion, is obtained by from the equation A is equal to some Cy, then what is the time period? In order to calculate time period for the type of motion, this is the basic equation you know very well. This is the question asked. A is equal to minus some Cy. Then how can you find time period? You have to compare these two equations. If you compare these two equations, C is equal to omega square. If C is equal to omega square, then what is the omega value? Root C. Omega is equal to root C. If omega equals to root C, then what is the time period? 2 pi by omega. That is the basic equation for the time period. In such a case, 2 pi by what is omega value got? This is the way of calculation. The time period, the time period in simple harmonic motion. Everywhere you have to compare with A is equal to minus omega square y. Okay. Then you got what is the T value? What is the T value? This is also important equation. This is also important equation. Most of the problems in examinations are there from this concept. From this concept. That's why you have to write what is the procedure. The next one is say this is some example. Depend upon the concept again. The total energy of particle is directly proportional to the total energy proportional to what is the correct answer? Both A and B. Why? Because these are two equal forms. Why? Because K is equals to M omega square. K equals to M omega square, right? The next one is the total energy of particle is directly proportional. The total energy, you should keep in mind what is the total energy equation. Which one is correct? Is proportional to mass, square of the frequency. If you write in terms of frequency, square of the frequency, or square of the amplitude, and inversely proportional to square of the time period, right? Inversely proportional to square of the time period. The next one is at mean position the total energy is. Right, you write kinetic energy. At mean position the total energy is in the form of kinetic energy. At extreme position the total energy is. You write potential energy. The nature of graph Ke and Pe against displacement is. What is the answer? Square of 1. The next one is oscillations of loaded spring. This is very important concept. The oscillations of loaded spring means a block or some mass is hanged with the help of the spring. The spring is connected to a rigid support. In such a case, if you obtain the equation, you should keep in mind what are the final equations for this one and what is the procedure and how can you follow to find that time period. For the loaded spring, the mass of the spring is M, the mass of the block is M, the mass of the block is M, and in such a case, that is the equation. That is in simple harmonic motion. If you observe the diagram, the block connected to a spring with the help of a rigid support here, rigid fixed end. The spring constant is K, the mass of the block is M. From this is the mean position, it touches the mean position and move to and from above the mean position. Observe the block motion. Okay, observe the block motion only. According to Newton's law, how can you write this equation? F is equals to ma as well as F is equals to minus kx. That is Hooke's law. F is equals to minus kx is Hooke's law. F is equals to ma is Newton's second law. If you equal these two forces, then ma is equals to minus kx. What we write written here, ma is equals to minus kx. From this equation, we can calculate what is the acceleration or what is spring constant. Sometimes they are asking directly questions based upon this equation. Ma is equals to minus kx. For this spring block system. From this equation, they said that A is proportional to minus x. Why? Because M is mass constant, K is spring constant, or force constant. A is proportional to minus x. Or A is equals to omega square x. Means the system is in simple harmonic motion. Simply said, the system is in simple harmonic motion by write this equation. Not important. Should keep in mind what is omega? root over k by m. Root over k by m. Right over omega is equal to root over k by m. Here you should remember this thing. The time period of this system means the spring mass system, independent of place, does not depend upon place as well as medium. Medium, independent of place and medium. Okay, independent of place and medium. Nothing but here, if you take system as like this, or if you take the same system as like this in horizontal position, in vertical position, it gives the same result. Why? Because it is independent of place and medium. If it is dependent upon place medium, the gravity varies actually, right? Place to place, what varies? Gravity varies. G varies. Gravitational acceleration varies. In such a case, these two, if they depend upon place, the time period different. But in these two places, the time period equation T is equal to 2 pi root. What is the equation? What is the equation? 2 pi by omega. 2 pi by omega. If you want to derive the equation, just put it here. These are the energy equations. Root over m by k, right? M by k. Yes, the springs are connected in two ways. The same system you can obtain in two different ways. One is series combination, the other one is parallel combination. Which component is same in series combination? The applied force is same for two different springs. Suppose if you observe this system, here in series combination, force of elongation in each spring will be same. The force of elongation is same. Means how much force acting on the first spring, that same force acting on second spring. Okay, the same force acting on second spring. Such a case, these two springs are said to be in series combination. These two springs are in series combination. In this connection, the K1, K2 are spring constants or force constants. The total elongation in the system is, the first spring elongation is x1, the second spring elongation is x2. The total elongation is x1 plus x2. That x is equal to, what is f is equal to kx. That's why x is equal to f by k, right? X is equal to f is equal to kx. You know very well. What is the k value? F by we have to write for x value. X is equal to f by k. X is equal to f by k. The same thing that we, instead of x, we can write f by k. Instead of x1, the force is same. The force is same. F by k1, f by k. In series combination, which component is same? The force is same. That's why if you cancel this term, what is the equation you can obtain? 1 by k is equal to 1 by k1 plus 1 by k2, where this is a combination resistors in parallel. The resistors in parallel are same discussion. 1 by r equals to 1 by r1 plus 1 by r2 in electricity. In the same way here, the springs are in series. The springs are in series. This can also be written as K1 K2 by K1 plus K2, K1 K2 by K1 plus K2, that is effective K. Right? If you take LCM to these two equations, two times, K1 K2 is the LCM, K1 plus K2. If you take reciprocal, 1 by K reciprocal is K. The reciprocal of K1 plus K2 by K1 K2 is K1 K2 by K1 plus K2. You can write this fashion or in this fashion. Okay, this is springs in series combination. Series combination. And also they gave the time period equation. What is the time period equation? What is the time period equation? T is equal to 2 power root m by k, right? T is equal to 2 power root m by k. What is here k value? We have to write everywhere effective k value. Why? Because T is equal to 2 power root m by k. K nothing but K effective. We have to take effective when springs are connected in series. K effective value is, what is the K effective? K1 K2 by K1 plus. The same thing is written in this K effective value. The K1 plus K2 goes up. This way M into K1 plus K2 by K1 K2 is the equation for time in series combination. In series combination. Next one is, this is in parallel combination. This is in parallel combination. K1 K2 connected. They resist support and M block is hanging with the help of K1 and K2. These two are in parallel combination. What is the resultant K? Or K effective in parallel combination. K effective is equals to K1 plus K2, as this is in the fashion of resistors in series combination, right? This is the parallel combination of springs. The K effective formula is K1 plus K. K1 plus K. This is the equation K1 plus K2. If you want to write the time period equation, T is equals to 2 by root M by K. What is K value in parallel combination? K1 plus K. The same thing is written here. K1 plus K. Just write down the format of final equations. These are important. The next concept based upon this one is a system of block under a spring. Means they are asking different types of problems based upon this one, as well as series and parallel combinations. And we already discussed what is the series and parallel combination. When spring is cutting, the problems also given us when spring is cutting, how K value varies based upon the concept. Also, we have to solve different problems, and as well as some example problems based upon this concept. In this connection, first observe this, what is the horizontal block system. In this case of horizontal block system, the time period equation is 2 by root L by K, right? As well as, should keep in mind, as well as in vertical combination also, if this is the vertical combination, in vertical position also, the time period equation is 2 by root M by K. Okay, 2 by root M by K. Means the horizontal as well as vertical gives us the same equation. T is equal to 2 by root M by K, right? 2 by root M by K. Based upon this concept, we have to discuss a few important lines. In most of the cases, either in JEE mains or NEET problems, the problems are asked like this. Suppose this is a spring mass system. They are connected with two masses, some M1 and M2. M1 and M2. Then such a case, they are asking different parameters. What we draw from the system. Suppose if you want to write the equation, the basic equation for this system is if the spring constant is K. What is the equation? The mg is acting downward, right? Here m net value. What is the m net value here? The weight acting downward is m1 plus m, right? Due to the gravity, it's moving downward as well as it oscillates with the help of restoring force. The oscillation states may be in this direction. If the displacement initially it contains two blocks, in such a case, if you have some y0 displacement in about some main position is moving to and fro. The total system is in SH. In such a case, how can you write this equation? The mg, the downward force is equal to upward force at equilibrium. You have to write equation at equilibrium. The downward force is m1 plus m2 of v. The upward force is here. What is the value? Minus k times of y. In the questions they are asking that if m0 is removed, m2 is removed, the second block is removed. In such a case, we have to write equation. If the second block is removed, then how can you write equation? The second block is removed, then what is the block remaining there? M1G only, that is acting downward, the weight acting downward. In such a case, you should remember the displacement varies. One block is removed, the displacement above the mean position is then the displacement is not minor. It may be the displacement is decreases, say some y. In such a case, how can you write equation? M1g is equal to some k. Based upon this equation, you can find what is y naught. Sometimes they give y naught value or y1 value. The y naught, what is y1? Y naught here, the displacement for the whole system. What is y1 here? The displacement of the system when one block is removed. One block is removed. In such a case, you can find either y0 or y1. If you divide these two equations simply, the GG will be cancelled. Then what is the equation? M1 plus M2 by M1 is equals to KK will be cancelled. Y0 by in this connection they gave M1 M2 values and any one of the variable you have to find in that problems. Any one of the variable, right? This is also important equation. In this case, what is the time period for the total system? T is equals to 2 by root M1 plus M2 by this is the time period for the total system. T is equals to 2 by root M1 plus M2 by okay for the total system. This equation, this form of equations are very important. You can calculate any one of the variables from this equation. Okay, this is the one type of problem, and there is another type. Another type. Hope you completed this concept. Another type, this is also very important. The spring box system is in horizontal surface. M is there or capital M is there. In this case, how can you write equation? Here also T is equals to 2 by root capital M by K. This is the time period. If any of block dropped on this block, small m block is dropped on this block, then how the equation writes? That is it. If another block is dropped on that one, the vibrational length is varies, right? Or the displacement decreases. Why? Because here m is more. The total mass is capital M plus small m. In such a case, how can you obtain equations? If you want to write equations, in this case, how can you write equations? Here also, what is the equation for this one? The force equation is the force. There is no gravity term here. This is the horizontal displacement. In this case, what is the force equation? F is equals to minus kx, or F is equals to, suppose initially say some k y naught displacement. In another case, whenever that is dropped, the object is dropped, F is equals to minus k times some y. F will be varies. The restoring force of the spring varies. In this case, you can find what is the y values, y1 or y. This is the F1, this is the F2. Based upon the different cases, we can consider these equations. Or another way, another important thing you have to remember here is they're asking about amplitudes. If you want to calculate amplitude exactly, what is the conservation of linear momentum you have to apply? What is the conservation of linear momentum? The total momentum initially equals to the total momentum. What is the momentum equation? M. M into initially velocity equation at extreme position, the velocity equation is j omega. Then such a case the amplitude is say some a1 initially. Okay. After that, whenever another block is dropped onto the large block, then the equation becomes m. The a value varies. A value varies. In such a case, how can you take a values? Some a2 amplitude varies. Of omega is some omega. This is conservation of momentum, linear momentum. You can obtain A1, A2 values or omega values based upon this equation. Okay. Here also M can be written as, what is M here? You have to write capital M plus small m. In the final state, this is the total linear momentum. Initial case linear momentum. Whenever these two equate, that is said to be linear momentum conservation. Just we are applying the conservation of linear momentum. The conservation of linear momentum, right? mv is equals to mv. But here the initially, what initially you have? Here you observe initially only we have capital. In final state we have only capital M plus. This is the velocity. Okay. This type of problems we ask in examination. And the next one is, you know what is the series combination, what is parallel combination? These are the two strings connected in series. These two strings are connected in series. Then what is the value? K effective value. K is equals to K1 K2 by K1 plus K. At the same day, you know what is the parallel combination? The parallel combination like nothing but like this. K is equals to K1 plus. In another case, this is the spring cut into two parts. The spring constant is K. At each part, the force constant of the spring constant increases n times. We remember n times. And if you cut n parts n k, here you cut two parts only. That's why here the spring with the spring constant k cut in two parts. The spring constant of the force constant of each part is twice. If you cut n times, it is n times the k. N times the k. Based upon this one, last JEE section last one problem like this. Initially, you have a spring cut in n parts. If you cut in n parts, now each part spring constant is nk, right? Those springs are connected in parallel. Then how can you connect like this? This is one part, this is one part, this is one part. The same way up to n parts. Each spring constant here is n. Why? Because we are cutting n parts. Each spring constant is n. They are connected with a mass. Then what is the frequency or what is the time period? In such a case, if you want to solve this one, these are in which combination? Parallel combination. In parallel combination, what is the resultant value? If n identical springs are in parallel, the resultant is n. Okay? If n identical springs are in parallel, if you observe the resistance in parallel, what is the value? Nr. Identical, if those are identical. Here also we connect nk, the springs with force constant at k, n combinations. Then what is the resultant value of this one? N times. Hope you got my point. Just simple. If resistors are in parallel. Okay, since this is in series combination. This is series combination related to parallel combination springs. Okay. Parallel combination springs. This is in parallel combination, we have like n times the nk. Okay, n times nk. What is the value? N square. What is n square k here? K. K. Okay. Here, if you observe this one, what is the time period equation? T is equal to 2 by root m by k. 2 by root m by, what is k value? K resultant value? N square k or 2 by root. If you move n to the outside, root m by k Or if you can write, this is written as 2 pi root m by k is T initial, right? Right. This is T mu. Okay. Here, if you observe this diagram, this is the parallel combination. This is the parallel combination. You connected n springs with each spring constant or force constant n. Then the resultant force constant is n times n. N times n can nothing but n square. This is the similar to the resistors in series combination. If you connected resistors in series combination, just like this, one resistor, two resistors, three resistors. Each one, suppose each one two, each resistor 2 ohms. Then what is the resultant? If you connected three times the 2 ohms, right? 3 to the 6. If you connected n resistors in series, n R. What is the resultant resistance? N times the resistance R. In the same way, here parallel combination. Here the parallel combination. Suppose I think you don't have the basic idea if you connected n resistors. Each one, each resistor is R. Then what is the resultant resistance? N, right? The same thing analogous in parallel combination of strings. Here Nk, but K is already we have K is N. Why? Because we cut the string N times. Whenever you cut N parts, each part string constant is Nk. Right? That's why this is an string. What? This is only K effective value. This is K effective value. K effective value is n into L. N square. From that one, you write every time you have to write. You have to calculate new time period after this process. K effective is equals to n square K. Moving n to the outside from root 2 pi by n. 2 pi by m by k. 2 pi into root m by k again. Initial value. Our basic key equation. Key value. Means whenever you are arranged like this, the time period becomes 1 by n times the initial. 1 by n times the initial. This is the basic question. The strings is string constant 32 n points. And what is the each part of force constant? N क्या क्या है? Yes, you are right. The time period of string mass system is independent of the next concept is simple pendulum, right? So in simple pendulum, also you have to keep in mind in examination point of view what is the basic formula of simple pendulum. The simple pendulum concept is very important. Why? Because this is the angular simple harmonic motion. This is angular simple harmonic motion. In this angular simple harmonic motion, this is a string. Whenever you hang a mass, small m, the reacting mg downward, the weight acting downward. So the tension generated opposite to the weight is acting upward. These are the two basic forces. What is the equation for time period of simple harmonic motion? Simple pendulum. Generally, we have A is equals to minus omega square x R1. Why is the discussion? In this fashion, you have to remember one thing. Minus here, what is omega value? This is the acceleration equation for simple pendulum, right? A is equals to minus g by L of whole square of 1. G by L whole square into 1. That is the basic equation for acceleration. In case of simple pendulum. Here, what is omega square? What is omega value? G by L. Then you can obtain what is T value. T is equals to 2 pi by omega. 2 pi by what is omega value? Okay, omega square is G by L. Not G by L square. Omega is okay, A is equals to omega square by A is equals to same function minus G by L of y. Or omega is equals to root G by L divided by A. Or this can be written as 2 pi root. This is the basic time period equation in simple. Okay. Means we have to keep in mind what is the basic formula for acceleration. Acceleration A is equals to minus G by L of y. This is in the case of simple function. That is the acceleration. Whenever you knew that acceleration, you can omega t or frequency. If you want to write equation for frequency, what is the frequency? F is equals to reciprocal of time or 1 by 2 pi times of root over. This is the frequency. The reciprocal of time period is frequency. If you can write the equation for time period, you can write the frequency equation. Hope you got it. Okay. Everything is explained every point to point. Theta displacement. Here we remember theta is very small. Theta is very small. Then only these equations are valid. Expression for time period what we discussed. Another thing is not important. You have to keep in mind what is the basic equation. A omega is equals to root G by L in case of simplification. T is equals to 2 by omega 2 by L by G. That is the time period equation as well as frequency. What is frequency? 1 by 2 by into root G by L. Right? That is the frequency. Write on the frequency. Writing here. The next one is the time period simple pendulum when point of suspension accelerating. Means there are different cases in simple pendulum. If it is accelerating, in such a case, the first one is accelerating upward. When the simple pendulum accelerating, the simple pendulum moves upward with acceleration A. With acceleration A. Then whenever the system is moving upward, the acceleration is G plus A. Whenever moving downward, it is G minus C. Similar to the lift cases. In the lift also, when lift moving upward or elevator moving upward, what is the equation? The acceleration equation is G plus A, or that is net acceleration. Whenever moving downward, G minus C. That's why we feel more weight when it is moving upward. When it is moving downward, we feel less weight. Okay? G plus A, and this is G minus C. That's why here in time period equation also you have to write L by actual equation. You have to write like this: G effective. In normal cases, L by G, okay, it is okay, it is fine. But whenever the situation varies, a places varies, this is depend upon place. We remember. Whereas spring mass system does not depend upon place. Spring block system we discussed in previous slide, that is not depend upon place and medium. But whereas in simple pendulum depend upon place. Why? Because it's depend upon G. Whenever the system moving upward, the total system moving upward, that is G plus A. G replaced by G plus A. Then the system moving downward, it is G minus C. Okay? G minus C. This is the time period equation. Okay, G effective acts. G effective acts. The same way, the next one. Here also they give accelerating upward and retardation downward. These two things are followed this equation. There is another meaning. Accelerating upward, okay, you know very well. The total system moving upward with the acceleration from A. Then you got equation L by G plus C. And then there is another line also. Retarding downward. Retarding downward nothing but whenever it comes to rest. And whenever you suppose a lift or elevator moving from third floor to second floor, before comes to rest in the second floor is acceleration. Acceleration increases. It's moving with some uniform acceleration initially. Whenever it is trying to comes to rest, its velocity decreases, right? Its velocity decreases. Means it is accelerated in that case also. That's why here retardation also expressed. Retardation also expressed. Means whenever the elevator try to comes to rest, the elevator does not comes to rest suddenly. Whenever you move upward to downward also, slowly comes to rest. So slowly comes. Or if you move from second floor to fourth floor, is accelerating again. The retardation takes place while it is comes to rest, coming to rest, right? In such a case, the equation is 2 by root x plus. And also retarding upward. Retarding upward. At retarding upward also, its velocity or its acceleration decreases. In such a case, g minus. Means these equations valid in two different cases. Accelerating upward or retarding downward. Here, accelerating downward or retarding. Okay. The next one. The pendulum accelerating horizontally. Whenever it is accelerating horizontally, we have two components. One is here also t is equals to 2 pi root L by g. This is the basic equation. But you have to take g as g effect. If it is in horizontal plane, pendulum is accelerating horizontally, then such a case, what we have to consider? G acting here, accelerating like this. The resultant component is it put over a square plus c. That is the resultant acceleration when it is moving horizontally. Okay. The resultant here for resultant of a and g are put over a square plus c square, right? In such a case, what is the g effective value? G effective replaced by root over g square plus c square, right? G effective replaced by g square plus. The next case, write down the formulas. What are the important ones mentioned in the you should keep in mind if pendulum suspended from the roof of the vehicle is moving with some acceleration a, then moves freely down on the plane inclination theta. If it is inclined theta, moves freely down on a plane, it is moving like this. The pendulum hang with at the top of the vehicle, at the roof of the vehicle. In such a case, what is the acceleration equation? There is two types of acceleration. One is g sin theta moving along the inclination plane. The g is acting downward. The resultant of g and g sin. No need to remember all these things. The resultant acceleration should be important. That is g cos theta. If you simplify the whole thing, the acceleration when pendulum suspended in the roof of vehicle. The roof of vehicle. What is the acceleration equation? A is equals to g cos theta. You should keep in mind that equation only. A is equals to g cos theta. Then what is the equation for time period? 2 by root L by g is the formula. Instead of g, you have to write g cos theta. G cos theta. This is the case of pendulum hang the vehicle with the inclination theta. T is equals to 2 by root L by g cos theta. This is another case. Pendulum in electric. If it is suspended in electric field, there are two forces acting. The electric force is what is the force? Electric force equation F is equals to EQ is the electric force as well as the gravitational force is Fg is equals to mg. These are the two forces acting on the pendulum. What is the total force? Mg plus EQ. That is the total force equation. Then such as what is the acceleration equation? F net by total force. Here F net is net nothing but this is the total force. by m. If you divide this one, mg plus eq by m, g plus eq. Okay, you can write like this. There is no mg by m. If you divide it into two parts, this equation, mg by m is g, eq by m is eq by m. They might say, okay, when it is in electric field. And then from this equation also you can write what is the time period. If pendulum is in electric field, the time period equation is T equals to 2 pi root L by G is the common equation. G different, the different cases here. G is G plus eq by. G is G plus eq by. That's why the same thing is substituted here. G is Gp by U. When pendulum is in electric field, the net force or the time period equation. The second one is when pendulum plays in a horizontal electric field. In a horizontal electric field, then such a case the resultant varies. Because whenever this is horizontal field, this is then pendulum is hang like this. Mg acting downward, EQ acting towards right. Then what is the resultant? The resultant is root over this thing whole square plus this thing. Right? In horizontal electric field direction is along x-axis, positive x-axis. That is the force acting EQ, mg acting. The previous case is what is the difference between these two? What is the difference between these two? That is along the plane, means mg and EQ is in the same direction. Means in the previous case, E is in the direction, electric field in the direction, the pendulum is also hanging in this direction. Then both are acting in same direction. That's why we added two terms. In the last equation, we added two terms. EQ plus mg. Both are aligned in the same direction. But in this case, both are in perpendicular direction. Two forces are perpendicular. And what is the resultant? If x and y are perpendicular, the resultant is root over x square plus y square. The same thing written here. And EQ whole square plus y square. The same thing is written here. If you write this one, A is equals to F net by M. F net is this one by M. If you divide this one, you got this equation. Time period equation, T is equals to root of 2 pi root L by G. What is G here? G nothing but here, net acceleration. That means this. Write down what is the final equation. T is equals to the root L by G square plus E square whole square. Root over. Loss of simple pendulum. Based upon the basic equation, you can deduce law of T proportional to root over L by G. That's so T proportional to root L, obviously, right? T proportional to root L. The second one is T inversely proportional to what is the term? Root G. Root L by G, that's the root G. Inversely proportional to root G. These two are taken as the loss of simple pendulum. Next one is loss of mass. The period does not depend upon mass, right? Is it depend upon mass simple pendulum? No. The second one is loss of isochronism. What is the meaning of that one? The period of simple pendulum does not depend upon amplitude. Should not bother about amplitude. Only average. Root over average. That is the equation. Theory questions they may ask this type of concepts. What is the length of second pendulum? What is the second pendulum? In IP also, that is the basic mark question. Whose time period is 2 seconds? That is second pendulum. The simple pendulum whose time period is 2 seconds, right? And what is the length? 1 meter, right? That is the second pendulum. The same thing is for a second pendulum, the time period is 2 seconds. 2 seconds. If a pendulum time period is 2 seconds, we can call it as a second pendulum. In such a case, T is replaced by 2 seconds. If we cancel, what is pi into root L by G. What is L value? G by pi square. G by pi square is almost approximately equals to 1, right? Write down these equations. The length of second pendulum, so maybe asked in the examination. The length of second pendulum is G by pi square, or this is approximation. G is 9.8, you know very well. The pi value is 3.14 whole square. Both are okay. Next one is which one is correct answer here? Which one is correct? D. Arrange this G by pi square. Which one is correct here? The period of superconductor does not depend upon Gaussian amplitude. The period of superconductor directly proportional. Length. The next one is compound pendulum. What is compound? Basic equation is important. You should keep in mind what is the compound. Any some irregular lamina or irregular body rotating about an axis, like this, to and fro motion. To and fro motion. Here the total mass. What component you should keep in mind? That is very important. From the rigid support, from the support, there is a center of mass of a body that is represented here. C. The distance is taken as, in this case, L. L is the separation between the support to center of mass of this irregular shaped object. Right? The center of mass of this irregular shaped object. The time period of compound pendulum is taken from this equation, the omega equation. Angular frequency is root over mgl by I. M is mass of the object. G is acceleration due to gravity. L is the distance between the fixed point to center of mass. And what is I? Moment of inertia of the object. I is moment of inertia of the object. Most of the problems in IIT, JEE mains are this one. You can solve any problem based upon this equation. Compound pendulum equation. Omega. If you write about equation omega, you can write what is T. T equals to 2 pi by omega. That is 2 pi by root I by mg. Right? I by mg. I is moment of inertia, that is based upon the given object. Sometimes they are asked given some rectangular rods, sometimes they are given circular disc like that. You know what is the formula of moment of inertia? In rotational mechanics, you are already learned the moment of inertia of different objects. You have to substitute I value from that equation. Okay? This is the basic equation. You should keep in mind what is the time period? 2 pi root I by mgl. mg for compound pendulum. Why? Because just we have to solve one problem based upon compound pendulum. Suppose this is an object. This is a rigid support. A rectangular beam is hanged with the help of this rigid support. The distance here is the total length is L. The total length of this rectangular bar is L. Then what is the time period of this system? What is the time period of system? We can calculate from the basic equation. This is a rectangular rod, right? What is the time period equation? T is equals to 2 pi root. What is the equation? I by mg. For this system, what is the center of mass? What is the distance of center of mass? The center of mass is from the half the distance of the total length. The total length is L. That's why the center of mass distance is L by 2. What is the moment of inertia of rectangular body? Fixed at one end. That is the equation you have to keep in mind. That is what is the equation? ml square by 3. The moment of inertia of rectangular bar, which is fixed at one end. The moment of inertia equation is I is equals to ml square by 3. In such a case, T is equals to 2 pi root. What is the equation? I is equals to ml square by 3 by m is same, g is same. What is L here? What is L? What is L? The distance from fixed end to center of mass. What is the L value? L by 2. Then what is the equation you can obtain? 2 by root. And then will be cancelled. Root over 1 L will be cancelled. 2 L by 3. That is the time period equation. You have to calculate problems in this question. Okay. This is also important for you. Again, in laboratories, we are often use compound pendulum in this section. There are also used some rectangular ball having some different modes. We are oscillating about different modes. The oscillations makes in vertical plane like this. It is oscillating. In such a case, the time period equation is 2 by 2L by 3. Okay. The next one is torsional pendulum. Torsion nothing but twisting. Torsion nothing but twisting. Here is also this is a string. Some cylindrical disc is fixed with the help of the string. It is twisted some angle theta. That it makes or it moves some clockwise to anti-clockwise, oscillating like this. The total system oscillating in horizontal plane. In such a case, the torque is generated. The torque is generated in this thread, right? This is like a moving coil column. Moving coil column. In moving coil column, and second year also studied the same. The phosphor branch wide twisting. Twisting nothing but there is a torque generating. In that case, the torque equation. What is the torque equation? In mechanics, torque equals to I alpha, right? Torque is equals to I is moment of inertia, alpha is angular acceleration. Alpha is angular, that is the torque equation. Here, the torque is proportional to theta or minus theta. The same way, how we had discussed the simple harmonic motion. The basic equation, linear motion, what is the equation? F is proportional to minus x, right? Here, in rotatory motion, F is replaced with torque. The angle, the linear displacement is replaced with angular displacement. What is the angular displacement? Theta. If you want to remove this proportional, some introduce some constant, that is torsion constant. The torsion constant here is taken as k. How much rotate you disc in the horizontal plane? That much of torque is covered. Torque is a force in rotatory motion, right? Torque is a force in rotatory motion. This is whenever you apply some force in clockwise or anti-clockwise on the disc, it is rotated in horizontal plane. In such a case, the torque equation is tau is equals to k theta. Or from this equation, I is remains same. What is alpha equation? D square theta by dt. That is angular acceleration. If you write a linear acceleration, you are already very well. A is equals to what is the equation? D square x by dt square. This is linear acceleration. But if you bother about angular acceleration, alpha is equals to replace x by theta. D square theta by dt square. That is angular acceleration. This is angular. If you equal these two terms, d square theta by dt square is equals to k by mu I to the left side of 2. So this is a differential form in the same as d square x by dt square like that. What is the equation we applied? The basic differential form is like d square x by dt square plus what is the equation here we are applying? K by I of theta is 0, right? D square x by dt square. What is the basic equation? This is the linear equation. We already studied in linear SH. D square x by dt square plus kx is 0, right? This is in linear SH. Here also we are obtaining same type of equation. D square theta by dt square plus what is the equation there? Some k theta is positive. From this equation, what is the k value? What is k value? K is the force constant. What is the k value in this equation? What is the k value here? What is omega value here? Sorry. What is the omega value here? Omega square theta is 0, right? What is omega value here? Root over k by 2. Root over k by 2. If you write, this is omega square x. The basic equation is, acceleration equation is d square x by dt, right? The another acceleration equation is minus omega square x, right? If you equate these two things, we can have minus omega square x. If we move to the left side, the equation is d square x by dt square plus omega square x is 0. This is in linear motion. The same way we have d square theta by dt square plus omega square theta is 0 in angular motion. This is in linear motion. This is in angular motion. So what if you consider spring glass system, that is in horizontal, linear motion. Spring glass system is in linear motion. Then we are using this equation. Or in other ways, the simple pendulum in angular motion, or the torsion pendulum, angular motion. In such a case, we have to use angular terms. D square theta by dt square plus omega square theta is 0. This is the simple harmonic motion equation in case of angular motion. If you compare with this equation, the previous equation, what is the omega you have obtained? Root over. What is the equation? This is omega square. Omega square is equal to k by I. Omega square is equal to k by I. The same thing is there. Omega square is equal to k by I, and omega is equal to root k by. Okay, root k by. If you knew what is omega, you can write what is 2 pi by omega is time period. You can calculate time period. Right? You can calculate time period. T is equal to 2 pi root 2 pi by omega. That is the time period equation. That is the time period equation. What is the final equation for the torsion pendulum? T is equal to, what is the equation? 2 pi root 2 pi by omega k by, what is k? Torsional constant. What is I? Moment of inertia. Moment of is the time. This is the torsional pendulum. Time period of torsional pendulum. So k by I, right? 2 pi by omega nothing but here I by k. 2 pi root I by k. And you take reciprocal 2 pi by omega, right? 2 pi by omega is the time period. 2 pi by, what is omega value here? Said k by I. That's why here 2 pi root I by k. I by k. This is the equation for torsion. And also the problem may be asked like this. Object floating on the water. That is also in SH. This is a water. An object is floating in this water. Due to gravity, maybe some depression is there. That is it. Means above this one, this is in simple harmonic motion. The block is in simple harmonic motion on floating water. On floating water. On floating water. In such a case, what is the time period? Here, due to the buoyant force, what is the equation for buoyant force? Rho Vg, right? Rho is the density, V is the volume, G is the gravity. the buoyant force is push this block upward. Mg pull this block down, right? That's why the block is in SH on the floating water. In such a case, this is the equation for buoyant force, which is acting on some area of cross section here. This is the area of cross section of the bottom of the block. In such a case, the density is rho g. What is the volume? Area into length, right? This is x, this is a. What is the volume of the block? Area into length. Area into length is the volume. Rho g is x. This is the FB. This is then what is the equation for acceleration? What is the equation for acceleration? F is equals to ma or m into what is a value? If it is displaced y displacement or x displacement, then what is the value? A is equals to minus omega square. If it is x or x or y, displacement is y, x. Okay, that is the equation. F is equals to m. This is the buoyant force. This is the force in simple harmonic motion. If you equate these two forces, what is the equation we can obtain? Minus m omega square x equals to a x rho. This is the basic equation. If you cancel x on both sides, okay, what is the equation for omega square? A rho g by m. What is omega equation? Root over a rho g by m. This is the omega equation. If you can obtain omega equation, you can find what is t. T is equals to T is equals to 2 A is area of cross section of block, rho is the density of the water, G is the gravity, M is the mass of the block. That is the angular velocity of the angular frequency of the block. The time period is 2 pi by omega. So what is the equation for time period? 2 by root m by a rho g, right? Write down these two equations. Just draw the diagram, rough diagram, and write down what is omega and what is t. Hope you completed the total concept. Yes, write down. You should keep in mind what is omega value, what is t value. What this is. The next one is damped harmonic motion, damped simple harmonic. Damping nothing but slowly decreasing oscillations. Slowly decreasing oscillations. Generally, this is happening in orbit, right? No object is continuously in simple harmonic motion without applying any external force. If there is no external force, any object, any simple harmonic motion slowly comes to rest. That is damping motion. That's why here you should keep in mind what are the important equations. That is important. Gradually decreasing amplitude, gradually decreasing the amplitude, or if you take a simple pendulum, initially maybe take some 5 centimeters, 5 centimeters towards left and right. After some time, 4 and 4, 3 and 3, slowly comes down. That is the slowly decreasing oscillation. That is damping motion of oscillation, right? In this case, what we have to keep in mind, that is important. Due to the restoring force as well as under the action of force. Here, amplitude is the particle executing a simple harmonic motion of constant amplitude and action of force is called restoring force. Okay, in this case, in damping motion, the presence of damping force may be depend upon medium. Suppose air is here. If you make oscillation, say pendulum in air, the air particle may be oppose the motion of the simple harmonic oscillator. Such a case, the oscillator slowly comes to this, right? Slowly comes to this. Here the damping force is air frictional force. Air frictional force means the medium particles oppose the motion of the oscillator. That is damping force. That is damping force. Means here we are obtaining different forces. Whatever you are applying force on pendulum, you want to apply F applied, that is the one force. There is a restoring force applied by that pendulum, and there is a medium force or damping force acting from the outside of the pendulum due to the medium surrounded by the pendulum. Here you are applying these three forces: damping oscillator, the bob tied with the string, so it is oscillated from the mean position. Is it move forever? No. After some time it comes to rest. The reason behind this one is because of that. Let's understand what is that. There is a rigid support with the help of this block is hanging, and with the help of wave it is immersed in the water. Means here there is a damping force due to the medium here. The medium here is water, right? Everything is whatever. Slowly the spring oscillations also decreases. That is the thing. But you have to remember what are the forces. In this case, in the given example, there are three forces acting. One is a gravitational pull. Due to the gravitational pull, it makes oscillations. The next one is air resistance. The next one is the friction between the moving parts. Right? These are the three forces you are applying. Here the damping force equation is Fd is proportional to be depend upon velocity. The velocity of the spring. Damping force is proportional to velocity. If damping is very high, nothing but whenever its velocity is very high, the damping force is very high. If it is moving very slowly, damping forces are very less. Okay, Fd proportional to P. What is the V? The velocity of this system. System moving with velocity, to and fro motion, velocity. The damping force or the medium force applied on the system is proportional to velocity. Here, if you observe this point, same equation or apply. F proportional to V and F proportional to, they are introduced some constant B. F D is equal to minus B. B is constant, damping constant. B is there, damping constant. And the second one is the negative sign indicates oscillations are going to be decreased. The total force of the ground, damping force plus the force exerted by the spring. These are the two forces acting here. Now, what is the total force equation? F is equal to MA, that is the applied force. What is the damping force? Fd plus the spring force is Fs. That Fd is equal to, we have already written minus B into V, that's why minus B into V, spring force is minus C. This is the force equation called damping oscillator. Okay, damping oscillator. If we are in the equation, the total equation is in the form move to the left hand, to the left. Then what is the acceleration? D square x by dt square. What is the velocity? Dx by dt plus kx. Suppose which of the following represent damping motion? Which of the equation represent damping motion? They may ask, they may directly give this equation. This equation represents the damping harmonic oscillator. M into d square x by dt square plus b into dx by dt plus kx is 0. Okay, this is damping equation. Motion of the block. Here, if you simplify that equation, no need to simplify it here in this intermediate level, but every equation has a solution, right? Here also there is a differential equation of the second order. The solution of the equation is, the solution of this equation is, what is the equation we have? This one explain. If you simplify, if you solve this equation, we have a solution for x. That solution is very important. The format is very important. What is the format for that one? The format for this one is x is equals to a e power minus b divided by cos theta. Theta here is omega difference. This is important. This in this one, whatever we have in front of cosine term, that is represent amplitude. The amplitude is included with e power minus bt by t. B is damping constant, T is time, M is mass. Here, e power minus 2 Vt by Tm nothing but exponentially decrease, not instantly decrease. Exponentially, slowly decreases and comes to its oscillation zero. Slowly decreasing function, e power minus Vt by Tm represents slowly decreasing function. You should keep in mind this. What is the solution of that equation? The solution of that equation is x is equal to this equation, and depend upon this one, they may ask this. Amplitude of damped oscillation is this term a e power minus b divided by here a e power minus b divided by m is amplitude of damped harmonic oscillation. Amplitude decreases with time exponentially. That is important. Why? Because we have e power term is there. The amplitude decreases exponentially. Angular frequency equation. What is the angular frequency of damped harmonic oscillation? Omega dash is equal to k by m minus b by t whole square. If you remember this equation omega value, p is equal to 2 pi by omega, that is the equation for damped harmonic. Time period of damped harmonic oscillator, you should keep in mind 2 pi by root over k by m minus b by t m whole square. Due to the damp, the oscillation is the graph is very important. That is the damping, which oscillation slowly decreases. If you observe this graph, the amplitude is slowly decreases. This is the light damping. The damping term is here a e power minus b. The amplitude is slowly decreases. Here this is the amplitude decreases. Based upon that one, we have periodic oscillations gradually dash apart and increasing or decreasing. Decreasing what? Decreasing what? Amplitude. That is decreasing amplitude. The damping force depends on upon there is a question T is equal to 2 pi root L by G minus H again. Which one is correct? G minus A. Which one is correct? Here time period is increases or decreases? Time period changes. Basically time period changing due to G minus C. It's not clearly the time period. Which one is correct? Is that damping force or not? Due to some damping force, that is supposed to where there is damping, the damping force is the damping increases. The damping increases. And damping increases, time taken for one oscillation to take place. Slowly moving. That is nothing but the time taken for one oscillation increases. Nothing but time period increases. When damping increases, the time period increases. This is all about SHM. Okay, right? This is all about. Now